That time. You are officially an insinuator. Welcome to Midnight Madness. It's one of those live streams that we do here on the Alert Zone TV. We give everybody a couple minutes to get in here like usual. All right, we got Pause and Play Nola. What's going on? What's going on? I can't call it. Just wanted to go ahead on and do this edition of Midnight Madness tonight. As you guys saw, if you saw on the community tab, you saw the picture. I was out fishing. No, I didn't catch nothing for anybody asking. But just the fact of being out there and enjoying myself, having that peaceful time was worth it. So when they started biting, it was already getting real late. So maybe I'll go back out there another day, nighttime. With that being said, I'm gonna give everybody a couple minutes to get in here. When you come in, hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button if you're not subscribed, which YouTube and all these social media platforms been around forever. So you guys and girls already know how to do that. We shouldn't have to tell you all that. Definitely make sure you give the like. Giving a like doesn't mean you necessarily agree with everything, but what it does is put us in the algorithm, so people you know that might agree with this or disagree can jump in. Definitely. Like I said, it's Sunday night going into Monday morning, and we are just about out of the month of June. So give everybody a couple minutes to get in here. You guys and girls know we usually start at the 5-minute mark. I want to shout out GunTube while I'm doing this. Let me explain what I mean by GunTube. GunTube doesn't just include the content creators, but it also includes the audience, the people that engage with us. The people, whether it's this channel or another channel that you believe in when it comes to the Second Amendment. Yeah, heat wave in NOLA. Yeah, it was windy up here. It was hotter yesterday than it was today. It was windy today. It got hot around 3 o'clock, but yesterday it was really bad up here. So like I said, give everybody a couple more minutes to get in here. Like I was saying, shout out to GunTube, the content creators, but the girls and guys that listen to the content and that share this content. This is very important to us. So we definitely be shouting y'all out. Without y'all, we just a bunch of screaming people about firearms. So as you guys can see, I'm rocking my AMP energy jacket tonight with the hat. I know it's summertime. For somebody even say I know it's summertime, I just decided to put this on as a prop tonight. So I want to shout out my brother, Well Dressed Tactical. 2025 is a different business. You guys already know that. T Electric and Gun Freak Nation. My brother Eyes and Ears Tactical. A regular gun guy. My Fly Family. Fat Guys with Guns. Dr. T. She Fires. Guns and Journey. Gun Girls Atlanta. Autumn's Armory. Hickok 45. Patrick E. Kelly. The Honest Outlaw. Texas Planking. Pew Pew. GHG Hustle, Rambo J, and the millions others that I left out. Yoki, everybody. Just shout out to everybody out there for doing this content. I will say before we get started, hitting the like button and viewing the material don't cost nothing. If you guys and girls believe in what you hear, no matter what genre it is, support the content creators by just subscribing and liking. Do that for us. At least subscribe and like. The majority of us outside of YouTube, we do have a life. We do have other things that we do. But we really appreciate the support, It don't cost you nothing. So, all right, it's the 5-minute mark. Let's go ahead and get into it. I haven't gotten all the details. Forgive me for this. As a matter of fact, you know what? Hold on. Let me go ahead and check this out while we doing this. You guys know we do it raw and uncut here. We do it raw and uncut. There's something I wanted to talk about. Okay. I don't have his name. But for you guys and girls who don't know, that there was an attempted mass shooting at a church today in Wayne, Michigan. It was foiled, it was stopped before the guy can get in there and do any serious damage. To my understanding, a parishioner ran him over and then the security guard put him down, what have you. We're living in a time right now, and I'm going to, this is a worldwide movement, but I'm going to narrow this down to America. We're living in a time right now where hell is literally breaking loose. It's getting worse and worse by the day. You guys know that there is a possibility we could be getting into some kind of a skirmish with Iran and whoever else. You guys and girls know that America is a country that has a lot of different people from a lot of different countries here. I can't speak about other countries. Here in America, everybody's allowed to fly their foreign flag and show their allegiance to other countries. And why that is important is whether you believe they have the right to do that or not, you have to be ready. Because some of these people, I understand, they swing their flags to show you where they come from. There's people here, though, that feel loyal to these countries and they will attack us here in America. I just say stay ready. If that church shooting and this whole Iran thing wasn't enough, you got to get out there and you got to get armed. You don't know what's going to go on. You don't know. Hey, you want to stop scraping the plate? Sorry, everybody. That's my son off camera. Scraping the plate like I don't feed him. But I just wanted to say, you guys and girls got to be armed. You got to practice your Second Amendment rights, and you can't assume you're going somewhere where you're going to be safe. There is no more safe zones. I can't speak about people from other countries because I'm still learning laws from other countries. I know in Mexico, citizens are not allowed to have firearms. We here in America have the privilege of being able to be legally armed. It wasn't bad. I was trying to figure out. Oh, okay. Okay, well, yeah, now you know what the sound was. I just wanted everybody to understand we have the rights to practice the Second Amendment without having to worry about being punished here in America. Wherever country you come from, you guys and girls know I've made a video specifically to immigrants. Immigrants and their children. First generation, second generation, whatever. I don't care how you live, where you come from. When you get here and you become a legal citizen, practice your Second Amendment rights. Protect yourself here. That's something we can do here in America. Don't take it for granted. The church deal earlier is something that could have turned out to be really, really, really bad. This one got foiled, but understand something. We live in America. We live in a copycat society and we live in a copycat world. Somebody else is going to try it. It just happens like that. My understanding is the country is on edge because of a possible retaliation from Iraq. I don't know. Um, I haven't read much into this. I've been trying to keep back to see what's going to happen, but nevertheless, guys and girls, you got to be armed out there. You got to be. Don't take your safety for granted. Don't think that it can't happen to you. I mean, with the school shootings, there were people that made smart comments to me throughout the years about I need to stop exaggerating. I need to just shut up. I'm just exaggerating for nothing. I'm on edge for nothing. And then Perry, Iowa happened. We had a damn school shooting. Before school ended this year, that was a credible threat called in Atlantic, Iowa. Don't think that this can't happen where you live. The grocery store, hell, the Batman shooting. When everybody went to go see the Batman movie, there's not one person that walked in that movie in Aurora, Colorado that ever would have thought that that night would have turned out like that. Just something as simple and as innocent as go and watch a movie cost a bunch of people their lives. All I can say is get something that you feel comfortable with. Get you a firearm. Get you some firearms. I always say get plural. Get multiple. Learn them. Get comfortable. Ladies, get comfortable carrying a firearm on your person. Stop this shit with your purse. There's a time and a place to have a firearm in your purse. If you get too complacent, you may have a problem. Because the one time it should be on you, that is in your purse, it can cost you your life. And then your family can have you on the news, the pictures of you with the slow music playing and talking about how good of a person you was. You cannot take your safety for jeopardy. For granted. You guys and girls know I make videos about the ladies about getting legally armed and protecting yourself all the time. I get made fun of behind it, off the scenes. Sometimes I have people say some crazy stuff to me. I take it in stride. I don't let it stop me. But I understand the world we live in. You never know where the threat is and where it's coming from, what it's going to be, who it's going to be. Worldwide, especially here in America, though, we have a image of what we think a person should be. This is why so many crimes are allowed to happen or continue to happen and we can't stop them. The image of a serial killer in everybody's mind is going to be some kind of deranged looking guy. Ted Bundy physically didn't fit the profile of a serial killer. He looked like he was a ladies' man. That's how he was able to do what he was able to do. All the most notorious serial killers ever, they didn't fit this monstrous description that we have in our head. We have become infatuated with the image of a thug and not the definition. Huh? I got some in my room.
Oh yeah, that's what I got going there.
Yeah, you know where it's at?
No.
Look by the lamp on the floor back there. If not, I'll be there when I'm done doing this. Y'all excuse me, I'm sorry. I'm sorry about that, everybody. But I was saying, we are so caught up in the image of a thug that we never look up the definition. And we know the news has given us the image. Mainstream media, Barack Obama, all the rest of them has given us the image. But what we've never stopped to think about is if that's what the image of a thug is, and that's what people think a thug is in their mind, how come in places the image don't live, you still have these heinous crimes? That's because we still haven't learned to decipher the definition from the image. We have some messed up images out here. The image of domestic violence is a man hitting a woman. That's not necessarily true, but that's the image that we have. The image that we're going to have a school shooter, a church shooter, a concert shooter is that this person's going to look deranged and abnormal. They're going to look like a zombie. Or it's going to be some guy walking around with a whole bunch of Confederate merchandise on him that's going to turn out to be a school shooter or a grocery store shooter or something like that. And that's the furthest thing from it. Criminals learn how to cloak themselves in disguise when it's something they want to continuously do and get away with. I told you guys and girls about the smash and grabs out there in California. What the news was showing and what was actually going on in real life was like night and day. And then it all came out. The Queen Pin was living in the suburbs in an $8 million house. She was behind all this. So, I want you guys and girls to understand that. You got to get armed out here. You don't know where things are going to go. With the protests that's going on, I've already passed my opinion about that. I'm just going to say, if you're going to be around that, make sure you protect yourself. If you live in one of these areas where these protests are going on, make sure you protect yourself. That's all I can tell you. You know, it's your right to believe or not believe in things. We have a right to peaceful protest here in America. Just understand that anything can happen at any given time, so you protect yourself. With that being said, I'm going to switch the subject. Lighten it up a little bit. So, 6 Hour, I noticed, has come out with a 2011. For those of you who've never shot a 2011, they're everything in person that you see on the videos. I'm sold on the 2011. I have one in particular that's on my mind. It'll take me a while, but eventually I'll get me one. It made me feel like a real, was it USTA or whatever they call it, shooter. So definitely. What do you guys and girls think about 2011s? Have you shot one? What's going on in your neck of the neighborhoods right now? Is it something going on that I should discuss while we got an open forum here tonight that you'd like me to touch on? Are you guys and girls that's in the comment section, are y'all okay? By the way, we got 5 people in here. Make sure you hit that like. Let's get that like up to 5. Yeah, like I said, you know, I've shot a 2011, so definitely, they are just as smooth in person as they look like on TV. I mean, when you see them on TV, 2 prisoners escaped. You know what? Okay, yeah, I'll address that, because you know what? That's something that you need to also be mindful of. There was a deputy in Florida that got arrested for a DUI, and he was able to walk out the side of the jailhouse or whatever. These prison breaks. This is my personal opinion about the Orleans Parish prison break. This Antoine Massey character is going to be easier to find than Derek Groves. Wherever Derek Groves went, he's quiet. He hasn't talked to anybody. My understanding is he's already been convicted and he was just waiting to be transported. He's already been given life, I believe. Excuse me. Antoine Massey, he's just digging a deeper hole for himself. When they catch him, it's my opinion, knowing New Orleans, knowing the state of Louisiana, if they don't kill him, when they get him back there in prison, they're going to beat him so bad he going to wish he was dead. Everybody knows what goes on down there. Everybody knows about people coming in OPP and you don't find anybody for 2 or 3 days, and when you find them, they done threw them in a hole, they all beat up and they're trying to hide them from everybody. So there's a possibility there. Like I said, you know, when it comes to Derek Massey, for whatever you think of him, I'm sorry, Groves, he has taken the approach of, I'm going to stay out of sight, out of mind. Because every friend, every family member he has is under police surveillance right now. And they're just, I know for a fact, they're watching his mom. Because the consensus is, especially for black folk, you can't run from mom. Nobody can go escape without talking to their mom. Believe me, his mom is under heavy surveillance. Anytime he call, they tapping them phones, they listening. They trying to get a beat line on this guy. I know the story of his grandmother. For those of you who don't know, she was one of the victims of the notorious RoboCop Lynn Davis. She's just the one he went to prison for. Everybody knows she wasn't the first. And I'm going to even go out on a limb and say she probably wasn't the last. She was just the one he got caught for. But as far as that Orleans Parish prison break, let me go ahead on and address something. I thought about doing this on another... I was going to do this on a video, but since we doing Midnight Madness, might as well go ahead on and address this now. Part of the problem with these jailbreaks and all this stuff, number one, ain't no more gangsters out there. You got all these pretend gangsters out there. Let me explain something to you. If you in the penitentiary right now, you in jail, you on your way to the penitentiary. You got a phone that you done smuggled in the prison. It ain't nobody fucking business you got a phone. These dudes in jail got to be the dumbest group of guys on the planet. And in particular, let me just go ahead on and say it, it's usually black guys that's out there. They get them a goddamn phone in the prison. They got the video every fucking thing. Look, we eating IHOP. We eating steaks back here. We got guns. We got alcohol. We got weed. And these will be the first guys that get out here and talk about they snitching. That's problem number one right there. If you in the joint and you got a goddamn phone, you ain't supposed to be posting nothing on social media about what you doing. I remember some years back, I seen one of them idiots. They would let him out the prison on the weekend and he would be on Bourbon Street recording himself, talking about, I'm supposed to be in central lockup and look at me. I'm fitted up walking down Bourbon. That's problem number one. We got a lot of these pretend gangsters out there. So I might as well just go ahead on. I was going to do a video about fake gangsters and real consequences. We got a lot of dudes out there, like I was saying, the image of a thug. Yeah. The image of a thug and the definition is two different things. We got a lot of wannabes chasing the image, what they think the image of a thug is. I was talking to my son earlier about what comes with being a thug. And this cuts across racial lines. Because a thug is a person that participates in illegal activity. Period, point blank. Prison is a part of the lifestyle. Getting robbed, getting jacked, getting beat. All that's a part of the prison life, the street lifestyle. Possibly being shot, possibly dying young or what have you. That's a part of what you sign up for. Problem is, we got a lot of guys and girls that get forced into a life that they're not built for. You know, I watched Gangland, and I saw a particular one where they were saying, I want to say it's the Lincoln Park Bloods in San Diego. Where they were saying if you was born in a particular complex, you was going to be from that set or you couldn't come outside. That's the dumbest thing ever. You're going to force somebody to be something you know they're not built to be. And then you wonder why when these guys and girls get out here, they fucking rat everybody out. You force them to be, or you let people join these street organizations that you know don't belong. That's how innocent people wind up dying. Over in Mexico, for you guys that and girls that don't know, a lot of this violence that go on is not sanctioned by these cartels. A lot of these bodies that come up dead and chopped up and what have you, that be people that went on unauthorized hits. That be people that call themselves they're gonna freelance. At the end of the day, let me explain something to you. If you're a dope dealer, you selling drugs to make money. Guess what? When it's violence outside, you can't make no money. NOPD call it rat packing. Where they ride all day long because nobody won't talk. When you got all this violence going on, you got all this killing going on, ain't nobody gonna make no money. Then people gonna be out there and they gonna be hot. So they gonna tell everybody, whoever it is, you gotta take your lick, man. We can't make no money. You know, Tekashi 6ix9ine was a case study of letting pretend people be gangsters and letting idiots run organizations. Because everybody knew he wasn't a gangster, number one, because you could see it when you saw him. But that says a lot about that gang, that they felt comfortable enough letting somebody they know that's not built for that lifestyle know all the things he knew about them. And in the end of the day, what happened? They started trying to talk to his woman and he told on everybody. See, that's a part of the streets you got to accept. When you get locked up, that fine ass woman that you got, that you have making all these babies with and what have you, it's going to be some of your friends going to chase her. Hell, some of your damn family members going to be trying to get with her because they're going to feel like you locked up and you ain't coming home. That's a part of the game. If you don't like that part of the game, don't get involved in it. But for those of you who are of the street life, I fault you guys and you girls for letting all these people get in that you know don't belong. To tell somebody you're going to join this organization because you're born in this complex and you don't have a choice. And then you wonder why when they get caught, they turn around and they rat everybody out. El Chapo, he's in American prison because of those two twins in Chicago that ratted him out. And their wives got up there and said we was laundering the money. This is what happens when you let these guys and girls you're not sure about. I know it's just a movie, but I saw the Gotti movie, John Gotti movie, where John Travolta played as John Gotti. And in the end, when Sammy the Bull rats him out, he says, of all the people, I always had a virtue I live by, that if the guy hasn't been pinched and done time, don't have him around me. And Sammy the Bull got immunity for 20 murders because the people that he killed, they said they were scum or what have you. So I want you guys and girls to understand something. Because we got these fake gangsters out here, it's got real consequences. All these guys that's hyped up off these sexual stimulants running around here with these guns. I mean, think about it. These guys don't even have money to make bail after they go on these drills and all that. We got a lot of guys across the country that's doing what they think a thug is. They're trying to follow the image, but they can't live the definition. That's two different things. Up here, I hear now, the town I live in, basically there's no black folk here. I hear these little kids up here trying to sag their pants and all that crap now. What they see on YouTube. There's a video, you can YouTube this, of a 16-year-old in North Carolina. They march him in the courthouse. He's in there for first-degree murder, and they start reading him his charges, and he almost fall out. And he starts hollering for his mom, and the judge told him, you ain't going home. You got these broke guys up in here, locked up, they ain't got bail money, and they out here shooting people for what? You're shooting people for what? All these pretend gangsters, all these non-real gangsters, man, let me tell you something. The streets keep a lot of us alive. I understand that. I understand the underworld. But I'm going to say this about the underworld, because I say it about the other criminals and law-abiding citizens. You guys and girls need to check your garbage. Take the trash out. No innocent person should have to worry about taking an innocent bullet. Shouldn't happen. Nobody should live in your neighborhood that you claim you run and have to worry about somebody breaking in there, taking a car, what have you. Do you really run this neighborhood, or are you just a lot of mouth? I've watched dudes and chicks sink a lot of people. And on the way when the boat was sinking, everybody was saying, I knew that motherfucker was like that. But you let him join the crew anyway. Some of y'all force people to join the crew. And then you get angry when they tell on you. You get angry when they ruin business because they go out there and shoot some innocent person or commit some kind of heinous act of violence. You get angry and say, hey man, we can't make money now because of you. Stop letting people be a part of something that they're not built for. Stop forcing people to join something. Because at the end of the day, getting ratted on is a part of the game. Whether you like it or not, the streets is just like the prisons. It's information for trade. All of y'all who be talking all that shit about prison justice, there ain't no such thing no more. The prisons is full of snitches and damn child molesters and every damn thing else. And all they're doing is looking for somebody that they can get some leverage and some information on so they can shorten up their sentence. That's it. No dude or no chick that's a sex offender, that's a child sex crimes and crimes against minor, none of them worry about going to prison anymore. Because the prison is full of them. Remember the dude who stabbed Tory Lanez? He's in there for that. If the prison rules were so bad, how come did he even live long enough to pull this hit off? Because the prison rules ain't that no more. Just like out here in the streets, the old timers dying out, guess what? In the prisons, the youngsters, the old timers dying out. And the youngsters taking it over. And they're bringing that same foolishness from the streets back there in the prisons. It's just that simple. That's how you can have gangs on the sensitive needs yard. Well, ain't y'all guys supposed to be dropouts and high-risk inmates and all this? And yet y'all still gonna be gangs? I mean, come on, give me a break. These fake gangsters have cost a lot of people a lot of peace and lives throughout the years. You can go way back. Under the Italians, the Jews, and the Irish when they had prohibition going along out here. They loved showing that it was just them, but there was innocent people that lost their lives also in hails of gunfire. In modern times, we got that. Innocent people losing their lives in hails of gunfire. Let me go ahead and address this. Since we're having this discussion. Everybody ain't meant to be a white supremacist. I'm just going to throw it out there. And I'm going to tell you why I'm pointing this out. I want to say 2009 or 2010, there was a story. There was a crime happened in the state of Louisiana, my home state, before I moved away. There's a woman who got recruited online to come and join the Klan down in Louisiana. She was from Oklahoma. She pretended like she hated black folks so much. And she decided to mosey on down from Oklahoma to Louisiana. They gave her opportunity. If you're not going to really be 100% in this, go home. She said, no, I'm down for the cause, until she started seeing what the hate that they really had. She knew too much. She decided she was going to go back to Oklahoma. Damn Grand Dragon had her killed. They killed her. They rolled her damn body up in carpet and threw it on the side of the road. The two idiots that killed her, the only reason they got caught is after they killed this woman, they went in the convenience store with blood all over themselves and asked the convenience store clerk how you get blood out your clothes. Yeah, these was real backwoods, tobacco chewing. Look at here, boy, look at here. You can Google this if you don't believe me. And they said that the woman was saying that when she got around these guys and girls, because there was a woman involved, she figured she didn't have that much of hatred in her heart. And she wanted to go back home But she had already been there long enough, she knew too much. Since it never gets addressed after these school shootings, let me address it. These school shooters, they get radicalized at home and online. You got people like that little punk Ben Shapiro. That's what I call him, a little punk. You got Matt Walsh, you got Tucker the Sucker, and all the rest of them gassing your children up. They're gassing your children up to go to school and air the joint out because they're angry about black folk. They can't tell you what they're angry about. Hell, for the majority of them, there haven't even been any black kids as victims in these massacres. And yet all the school shootings got one word and one group of people in common. And I've never ever heard any of the family of the victims address that publicly. It's always when these school shootings happen, we keep talking about guns, guns, guns. Guns don't jump up and shoot people. We never talk about the underlying issue. It's always guns and it's always mental health. Look, if we can talk about Pookie and Ray Ray and be honest, and you guys can talk about the sons of single moms and all that, well, goddamn it, we're going to talk about it across the board here. What are you teaching these guys and these girls that they running up in these schools and airing the places out? Some of these kids don't have this hatred in their heart. They just think they do. And then they live with a lifetime of regret after they do this, some of them. Stop recruiting these kids to do your dirty work, Ben. Elon Musk and the rest of y'all. You hate niggas that much, you go out there and do something. Stop pushing people's children up to go run out there and do that foolishness. To y'all parents that's sitting around having these stupid N-word conversations in your home. It's all fun and games until somebody shows up and you get the phone call that it's your kid laying on the ground. See? It was funny until Uvalde happened. And law enforcement showed you we'll let your kids die. See, it's always a joke until somebody shows up with a gun and starts shooting innocent people. Then it don't become funny no more. If you don't believe in something, don't partake in it. If you can't accept the rules of the streets, don't get in them. If you know a person can't accept the rules of the streets, don't let them join. Go back and listen to the old gangsters. Hell, go listen to some of your professional athletes and some of your professional people who said, hey, when I call myself trying to get in the street, them boys ran me off the corner and let me know, don't even try it. We'll kill you before we ever let you get out of here and do this. That ain't going on no more. They taking any and everybody now. And then they wonder why there's so much ratting going on. As I'm sitting here right now, some moron sitting in prison is posting something that they doing in prison online right now. Faces and everything. These fools ain't even got enough sense to blur the faces out. If they're dumb enough to do that in prison, believe me, they're dumb enough to do that on the street. For all you young boys and young girls coming up, the dope game is over. It's over. Listen to me. The dope game is over. America has gotten to the point now where they got whole teams of agents going down into foreign countries specifically to arrest people who's never even been to this country. El Chapo is in a maximum prison somewhere in this country. They say Florence ADX Supermax. He's wherever he is. He's a billionaire. And he won't get to enjoy a penny of that money going forward. Because somebody ratted him out. Somebody was led into the organization that wasn't about the business. The street business ain't for everybody. Stop inviting everybody in. Not only can you possibly go to jail when one of these punks that you let join the gang that you know is not about that, or you make somebody join, that can be your mom, your sister, your loved one, your close friend that they wind up gunning down. I see this every day. See it all the time. You see these stories of these guys having regret. They're getting these young boys out here and these young girls to do their dirt. Young children throwing their lives away. And then they're getting angry that these children tell it. Listen on before I get out of here. I'm going to make this plea and this pitch. This is not only for America. This is for around the world. If you're a gangster, if you're really about that life, do me a favor. Anybody you know is not about that life, get them out of the game. You guys and girls know Mexico is our second most watched country. Versus the United States, and then Mexico is second in the analytics as far as views. I'll tell you guys and girls, I try and keep up a little bit on some of the things going on. The stories keep coming out about the old school people. The elders saying, you know what? The cartels was always around. But back in the days, as a business owner, I didn't have to worry about being extorted. I didn't have to worry about getting my head blowed off. We got these young boys out here now that's just shooting up everything. I mean, to the point where having somebody's number in your phone can cost you your life in certain parts of Mexico. That ain't the street. That ain't gang. That ain't being a stand-up guy or girl in the street that you're going to shoot somebody because they know somebody. Wherever you live in this world, protect yourself. Here in America, and for anybody who lives outside of America that might get to come here and live and become a citizen, practice your Second Amendment rights. Don't tell me about what you do and don't do at home. Practice your rights. Make sure when you get here and you get your green card and you become a resident, go apply for your CPL, concealed carry permit, whatever you want to call it. Don't tell me about what y'all do and don't do in Jamaica. I don't want to hear. Don't tell me in Liberia we don't carry guns. And please don't bring the Lord into this. Don't tell me about what y'all do in Spain. I'm telling you what you do when you come here. This gonna be your home. You better simulate that much. Get your firearm. Learn how to protect yourself. Because guess what? I'll never, ever, ever let law enforcement off the hook for what happened in Uvalde, because we saw that in real time. That should be a wake up to everybody. If these bastards dressed like Call of Duty warriors, literally, would let a bunch of children get slaughtered, what do you think they'll do to you? They'll run the other way, and they'll come back when the shooting's over with. In Allen, Texas, we had one brave officer that went in, confronted the shooter, and put him down. We need more of that. If you're going to be in law enforcement, don't be Billy Badass when you got 10 people with you and you guys know it's somebody unarmed. Don't be Billy Badass then. Don't jump out on the unarmed dude with your fucking AR-15 like they did in Florida, talking about they going to shoot him. Stop reaching. He's standing there on camera with food in his hand. Because Uvalde showed something. It showed how humane these cops are. It showed that they want to go home to their family just like you. They had the perfect opportunity to engage and use all of these modern weapons, and they cowered like a bunch of damn... Look here. It took an officer to jump out of a chair from getting a haircut to go and put this dude down. It took a female to jump the damn fence to go get her sons during an active shooter. See, one thing law enforcement got put on notice about that day was what I always say in the street. It's easy to shoot somebody that can't shoot back. Yeah, I'm talking to you too, law enforcement. It's easy to beat somebody that's in handcuffs. It's easy to be a tough guy when you got a weapon and the person is compliant. It's not so easy when they're willing to square up and even up the score. It's not so easy when they get the first shot. It's not so easy when they're willing to engage in a gunfight with you. Same thing in the street. I'm going to say this and I'm going to get out of here. For whatever you guys and girls think about him, I'm always going to have respect for Terrence Gangster Williams from New Orleans for one reason. He said he never regretted what he did because he never harmed innocent people. Coming up in New Orleans back in the 80s, early 90s, they would tell us go inside. Because if so-and-so come through here and he ain't got my fucking money, I'm going to kill him. If so-and-so come through here talking about what he going to do, I'm going to show him. You don't have that no more. These guys live right around the corner from each other and they'll wait till they see each other in public to open fire. They'll go to the club and shoot at each other. And then go brag about how they shot a bunch of innocent people. People, practice your Second Amendment rights. It's not illegal under the Constitution. For those of you who gonna see this and may be laughing at me and calling me crazy, just remember, it's a possibility this can happen to you. I was crazy until that guy drove from Dallas, Texas to El Paso. I was crazy up here in Marshalltown at JBS. I was the black fella that just mouthed off about guns and that's just insecure for nothing because ain't nobody gonna do nothing. I wasn't crazy then. When he drove that 600 miles to that Walmart for a particular group of people, it wasn't funny no more. People from that specific group came and sat down with me at work and started asking. I started getting phone calls from people I know. It wasn't funny no more. All of a sudden, I wasn't crazy. All of a sudden, I wasn't a maniac. This has been Midnight Madness. I appreciate you guys and girls rocking with me. If you catch this on the replay, make sure you give the video a like, share it, all that other good stuff.
That's it.
Yeah, hurry up. This was the one scraping the fucking plate. Like I don't feed him. Imagine this shit. That fucking bottomless pity guy. But until next time, everybody, this has been Midnight Madness. Practice your Second Amendment rights. Until next time, stay safe, stay on high alert. We out. Hot